Right, I've got to update the software on my car apparently. Right then, so I didn't think I'd have to do this. I've seen on the forums there's been a lot of people posting that their car came up with a message saying that their Satnav needed updating, and I just assumed it was for the really old cars, because these cars have been out for a while now. Probably lots of different software versions have been produced, but we got a message come up, and I also got an email from Renault to say that I should download a software update and install it in the car. Fairly straightforward process. Download the software. You have to put your VIN number in to the Renault website. So it's possible that this update is not necessarily specific to the car, but there is some differences depending on the age, which I can understand. So I have the update here on this memory stick. I think mainly people having problems with this will probably be having problems with just getting the data onto the memory stick in the first place, getting the memory stick in the right format. For people who are not familiar with Windows, Mac, etc., these discs can have different formatting on them, so it needs to be FAT32. When you format the disk, select that as the option, and it should go smoothly. I don't know whether the USB here supports capacities greater than 4 gigabytes. Some things struggle to support memory sticks with larger capacities than that. It's probably worth sticking with a 4 gig memory stick maximum and formatting it with FAT32. You know, the easiest way of doing that is to use a Windows machine, but you can use a Mac, but you have to go into disk utilities to do that and format and you have to select FAT32 as an option. I did it on a Mac fine, but it's not the default options, so you have to go in and tweak those options. So anyway, so let's give it a go. So put the USB in and start things up, and software update. A software update is available. Do you want to install the update? Yes. It said it might take 20 minutes. I hope it doesn't. The reason that Renault have given for this software update is that there is a bug in the code that will cause the Satnav to stop working properly, and that this update will obviously fix that. Now, I'm kind of hoping, in a way, that it does a bit more than that. If there was one thing I'd say I really didn't like with this car, it is this entertainment system. The sound system is great. The Bose stereo is very good, but the system itself seems a little buggy. We've had some issues where our phones don't connect. We've not got Android phones, so we're just using Bluetooth to connect, and you'll go out, the phone will work, then you'll stop, pick something up from a shop or something, get back in, it doesn't work. We've had issues with the libraries, some of the buttons on the music library button disappearing, which needed the whole thing to be factory reset, and just general niggly things, niggly things like that. We've also had a problem with the R-Link losing its connection, and stuff like that, which I've got a separate video on. So I'm kind of hoping that under the radar, although they've admitted to this large bug because it would have obviously stopped the whole thing working, so they have to fix it, but I'm kind of hoping that underneath the radar they're also taking this opportunity to fix a number of other bugs that they've got in this software. Because it would make a lot of sense to try and try and do some of that at the same time. They've got to load a whole new piece of software on, so why not fix a few more things at the same time? You would hope. So we'll see. We'll see what this does. Although, to be fair, because they're bugs, they don't always occur. So it's going to be a little while until we, can sort of confirm that there's actually been a. It's going to be a while, and till we can actually confirm that some of these bugs have gone, because actually in the 4 months we've owned the car, some of the bugs have only turned up once. So we've only lost the music library once. The R-Link has only failed once, and the one that's most annoying actually is the Bluetooth connectivity. That's probably the one that we notice the most, which is a real shame actually, because the rest of the car seems to be pretty for a Renault, touch wood, pretty well nailed together. So it's just a bit disappointing that one of the pieces that you interact with the most is it's playing music at me now. Turn that down. Yeah, so it's a bit annoying that the piece of the car that you interact with the most is also quite buggy. Hopefully this progress bar is good, because it's only been a couple of minutes and it's nearly done. Come on. See, I don't think I can even go out and come back, because obviously I've got the engine running as it says in the instructions. So if I leave the car, it'll probably scupper it. So I think I'll just sit here for a bit. There is one thing I'm surprised about actually, is that because this has got a telematics module and an app, I kind of expected it to get over-the-air updates and just update itself. So I'm a bit surprised I'm actually having to do this at all. And I suppose that's probably a bit, my expectations are a bit high there, because obviously you just see Teslas getting software updates left, right and centre for increased functionality, and this is clearly not anything like that. But the fact that I've got an app on my phone, and there's clearly a module in the car which talks to Renault servers, you'd imagine that they would have built in some functionality that would have allowed them to perform over-the-air updates, because as a customer experience, this is this is something that some customers won't like. I've got no problem with this. I'm absolutely fine with it. I'm totally understand that there's a computer in here that needs updating, but for some people they'll have to visit a dealer to do this, or get a member of their family to help. So not necessarily an ideal situation for some. I'm pretty relaxed about it. I spend my life updating whatever, iPhone, GoPro, Mac, Windows. Every time I want to use it, they seem like they need an update. So yeah, it's just a fact of life. Rebooting in 12 seconds. Well, it looks like it's nearly finished. Well, at least the first bit anyway. Okay, and we're back up and running. Get rid of that USB. Don't need that anymore. Let's have a look at the menu. See what we've whether we've lost any settings in here. Right, electric vehicle, charge scheduler. Okay, so that's all still there. Actually, I think there's another bug in here as well, which I forgot to mention, which is when we press the preheat button on the remote, sometimes it goes to always charging, and it ignores the fact that you've set a schedule. So I don't know, maybe other people have had that, so maybe they've cleared that bug up as well. What about the radio? No, all the presets are still there. Okay, so it does look like it. I mean, the update file on the USB was labelled TomTom, so it looks like it was probably just updating purely the Satnav part of it, which probably means that if there are bugs in other parts of the software, they probably haven't been touched. So that'll be a shame, a bit of a missed opportunity for Renault there to update some of those. But anyway, that wasn't particularly exciting. It all seemed to go quite smoothly. So hopefully now, after the 5th or 6th of April or wherever, the Satnav will still continue to work. So anyway, so if you stuck with it this far, well done. Have a biscuit. Comment in the comments below if you didn't have a smooth experience with the update, don't like the fact that you have to do an update. If it was a complete nightmare and your car caught fire because you put this in, then comment as well. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this one. But so far this one seems to have gone okay, so hopefully the system will keep working after the April deadline. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers, see you in the next one. So this is the thing I love about this car. It can absolutely move on a dual carriageway.